Hi there, everybody. This is Mitch in beautiful Northwest Arkansas, USA. I just want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time to check out what's going on here and what's about to take place in your country, because you have what I'm going to call a first mover advantage. Okay, so if you are in the US, Canada, Mexico, the Philippines, South Africa, Nigeria, Australia, Hungary, the UK, and the EU countries, I want you to pay particular attention to this, because this is coming to your country. You're seeing this before everybody else, and it's an amazing opportunity. I think you're going to enjoy it. So without further ado, what I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And what I want to do is introduce you to my friend Brian, who's going to go over this with you with some other guests. And I think you are really going to appreciate what you're seeing here. So take a listen to this.
Listen, we're just excited that you're here. If you're a guest with us looking at this for the first time, we're especially honored that you've taken time out of your schedule to hang out with us here for a few minutes tonight. And I have to believe that because you're here, you're looking to level up your life in some kind of way. There's something in you that's really open to looking in this season. There's something in you that's really open to understanding what is available. What are the possibilities for you right now? And I tell you what, these last few years have been absolutely unprecedented. And we don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the past, but we really can't ignore where it's brought us to in this particular season. And I tell you, right now, all over the world, especially here in this country, there are people sitting around the kitchen table, so to speak, and they're really focusing on and looking at their bills. They're looking at their expenditures. They're looking at how much money they're spending on gasoline, on groceries, on insurance, just on travel, on dining, on everything. And it just seems like that the pinch is on, the pain is real, and people are trying to understand, how do we bridge the gap between where we are with our finances and where we need to be just to make ends meet. I think you're probably aware of this, but right now it's costing the average person here in this country between $1,000 and $1,500 US just to maintain a similar standard of living as 2 or 3 years ago. No big changes, no big additions, just to maintain, because everything is costing more. In fact, we've seen these articles. I know you've seen them. But over 70% of Americans right now are looking for a way to generate some extra income, some kind of a side hustle, some kind of a side business, something just to make ends meet. I saw an article just about a week and a half ago now, on April the 29th, that shocked me. The source was Fox News online, and it said Americans using buy now, pay later to afford groceries and other necessities. Now, if you don't know what buy now, pay later is, that's loans. That's short-term loans where they go to the store and they swipe a thing and it puts it on somebody's account, and now they've incurred more debt just to buy groceries and everyday necessities. This is shocking to me. Well, Brian, it's pretty negative what you're saying. Yeah, I understand that, but here's the thing. We're all standing at a crossroads right now. And we're staring at this sign. In one direction is the focus on the problem. It's the rear view mirror. It's looking where we've come from and maybe some of the struggles we're facing today. But I want us tonight on this call to kind of be intentional and point our hearts and our minds and our thoughts towards solutions, because that's where we're going to go tonight. On this call, you're going to hear some incredible things tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the gasoline and the diesel fuel industry. It's a $5 trillion industry. But this company and this project brings to the market real solutions. Leisure and business travel, again, a $6 trillion industry. But again, we are bringing fun back. We're bringing hope back. We're bringing the ability for people to re-engage life again on a beautiful level and save huge money while doing it. What about the coffee and the weight management industry? We're talking about a $500 billion industry. Another way, another core pillar, if you will, a vertical that we can bring to the market and bring a multifaceted solutions business opportunity to you and to millions of people just like you. This truly is a global solutions business opportunity. Before I hand it over to Andrew in just a second here, I want to ask you this question. what if, it's a big question, but what if there was a way to shake off the funk, if you'll allow me to use that word, and begin to really hope again in 2023? What if you could actually reawaken some of the dreams and the ideas and the aspirations that you and your loved ones were really focused on and driven toward just a few years ago, but for whatever reason, those dreams got squashed? What if you could live again, fully alive, just living it all out, having a great time? Again, I've already said it once, but what if you could have fun again? Wouldn't it be awesome to have fun again? And here's the best part. What if while we're doing all those things, what if we can reach back just a little ways and say, hey, folks, let me show a bunch of people while I'm growing in this journey, let me show a lot of other people how to hope again, how to dream again, how to have fun again. That's what this is about. I want you to focus one quick question here. Wherever you are in your life right now, if you were given the choice today, would you rather save money on some of those major expense areas we talked about earlier? Would you be open to possibly as an option making some money by helping other people save money? Or if given the choice, would you say, Brian, I'd like to do both of those? And I suspect that most of you on this call tonight, your answer is, I'm open to doing both of those if it makes sense. Well, you're about to hear from one of the most incredible people that I know, Andrew Burling and his lovely wife, Nancy. These people literally gave birth to this idea just a couple of years ago. And as we're moving forward in this, Andrew is showing such incredible leadership. He's an incredible leader, but he's also a wonderful communicator, a man of high integrity, and somebody that has a deep passion to help a lot of people. And I'm just honored to be on this call with him tonight. So, Andrew, I'm going to hand it over to you, buddy. Andrew, tell us more about what this project is.
I sure will, Brian. Thank you so much for those very kind words and meaningful and well thought out introduction. I was just taking some notes, and a lot of those points hit home what Brian is talking about, because whether we want to admit it or not, our world has changed, and it's changed dramatically. Some people say that we're never going back to what used to be normal, but what we are doing as marketers and what we are doing as innovators is we're adapting to the times. And we're adapting to the times in a big way in this industry called direct sales, home-based business, and network marketing, because as Brian said, there's more people today than ever that are looking for a home-based business and looking for a side hustle, a way to make extra money to fill that void that was created by inflation. Let's just say what it is. Get the elephant out in the open. Everything is more expensive today, and you're seeing people pull back on luxury items, and they're more interested today in needs than wants. And what MPGXtreme is about is it's about selling market-driven products, products that I call non-opinion products, because I don't have to talk people into filling up their fuel tank. I don't have to talk people into drinking coffee, and I certainly don't have to talk to people into traveling. Those are non-opinion markets. People are going to do that with or without any of us on this phone call. But what if there was a way where we could turn those market segments into profit centers for each and every one of us by sharing what I call best-in-class products? That's right, best-in-class products. You'll find out about this in a minute. But my portion here tonight is to talk about the company. It's to talk about the products, maybe hit a little bit on the timing. But I'm very, very proud of this company, because when we started off on this path, it wasn't to create a company. It was to revive a company that was struggling post-COVID. And we had an idea from a product called the X-Cap, which is a little half-gram cap. It's a catalyst. It dissolves in your fuel tank, and it does things like reduces toxic emissions, inhibits carbon deposits. It helps keep injectors clean. It will boost octane, so you don't have to buy the premium octane if that's what your vehicle's required to run. It does so much, but the number one reason people are buying our premium X cap, and over the last 10 months, people have bought millions and millions of caps, totaling millions of dollars in sales. You know why they're buying it? Because the price of fuel is high. We believe it's going even higher, and our product is proven to help improve fuel economy. Now, the test studies that have been done for the last 35 years say 8 to 12%. Our product's EPA registered. We have carried a full insurance policy on all our vehicles from day one. That's through Lloyd's of London. It's $1 million policy. It's in our virtual back office. But what's so mind-blowing is that even with this track record and this type of success, hundreds of millions of caps sold, people still wonder if it works. It just blows my mind. But that's okay. If people didn't know it didn't work, there wouldn't be opportunity. But I'm here to tell you the product does work, and if you're maybe skeptical, you don't know if it'll work or not, you can actually try our premium X caps and what's called the 5-tank trial, where you can get, for $20 US, you can get 5 caps, which will treat 5 tanks of fuel, and you can find out for yourself if this thing is any good or not. So what we have here, and what we wanted to start with from day one, was just something very simple and something fun. We didn't want anything complicated, because complicated doesn't sell. Complicated doesn't duplicate. We're talking about adding hot water to coffee, using an artificial intelligence-driven travel engine to book and find the best deals on travel, bar none. And we're talking about a cap that you put in your tank, it dissolves, and you live your life. It's not a stinky, smelly liquid. There's no acetone in it, so you women that are on the line here tonight, it's not going to strip the polish off your nails. You won't even notice you touched it. What I'm really excited about is the fact that our marketplace is a never-ending funnel of potential products. And if you look on there now and you go to your XTREMEMPG.com site, you're going to see something in the top right-hand corner if you click on that U.S. flag. You're going to see that Australia and Canada is on that drop-down menu. You're going to see Denmark, Hungary, Mexico, Nigeria, the Philippines, South Africa, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Why? Because MPGXtreme is a global company. These problems are not only taking place in the United States, they're taking place all over the world. And when you start looking at fuel prices in Denmark and in the Philippines and in South Africa and the United Kingdom and other countries, some of those countries are 2, even 3 times higher than the prices that we're paying here today, just in the States. So we have something simple. We have something affordable. We have something with high potential. Now, there's no guarantees in income. There's no guarantees in life. But there's also no limit on the amount of income that you can make here with MPGXtreme. So when our next speaker starts talking about the potential here, we want you to listen in and go somewhere quiet and take some notes. This is important. We also have something here that's low risk, and here's what I mean by low risk. 19 out of 20 MLM companies, they go out of business within their first year. 95%. That's the facts. That's like putting your friends and family on an airplane that you know is going to crash 19 out of 20 times. Well, guess what? We're in month 10. We're almost through that storm, and we're thriving. We're going to make it, you guys. We don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore. We've been shipping on time and accurately every day now for 10 months, paying on time and accurately every single week when commissions are due for the last 10 months, and we're doing it with real-time tracking back office. What does that mean? That means we're transparent. You know the score of the game as you're playing it. You know your volume. You know your paycheck. But number 5, the reason I'm so excited about this company and about this opportunity is because our products are highly retailable. That means when people come in our business and they get started with one of our packages, that merchandise doesn't sit around if they go out and start sharing it with people. When I say highly retailable, would you pay $20 or the price of a pizza to try our MPG caps? And with that simple pitch and approach, it's a door opener. It gets people to take a look and make a decision. And that's what people are doing every day all over the world in all those countries I mentioned with MPGXtreme. They're making decisions. We're a new company. We're young. We're fresh. Like Brian said, I believe that you're here for a reason, and here's the good news. We're like 35 days out from our 3rd corporate event, our Catalyst event. It's coming up in June, and this will be a game-changing event for our company as we take this whole thing to the next level. And as the tide rises, so do all the ships, and that's everyone on this phone. So yes, people are making money. Yes, people are having fun again. And to talk about how we get paid and also how we have fun, I'd like to turn the call over to a good friend of ours. He's from Wichita, Kansas. He's a brand new triple diamond with the company. He's having a ton of success building a big team all over the world. So, Mr. Byron Schrag, the call is yours.
Thank you, Andrew. And Brian, tremendous job on setting everything up. Andrew, I think we could just wrap everything up right now. I mean, I think everybody's got all the pieces they need. But I'm going to spend a little time just filling in some blanks on the opportunity side. Obviously, as Andrew talked about, we have products that are solving problems for people. So we have a huge amount of retail business in our 3 different product categories. And you know, those of you who didn't catch it, some of you hear the word MPGXtreme, you think that stands for miles per gallon. That stands for Marketplace Global. It's a marketplace model of what we have, and we have 3 different pillars of products, if you caught that what Andrew talked about. But I'm going to spend some real high level just helping fill in the blanks on how income is earned. The good news is I don't have to do a bunch of slides. It's not complicated. Andrew hit it right on the head. One of the first things that I saw when I looked at this information was this simplicity. Simplicity builds speed. And that's exactly what we have going on, and the comp plan represents something that's simple, and I can walk through and explain it to you where you're going to have a pretty good understanding of exactly how it works. So I hope you have a pencil. You can write a few things down. The first thing I would tell you is obviously there's no guarantees that are tied to income. This is dependent on your effort, all right? You're going to have to put in energy and effort if you want a result. And so just understand that as we walk through this. The first thing I should mention is to become a ISR, which stands for Independent Sales Rep, it costs $30 a year. So I'm just going to use the word rep from here on out, but you'll see ISR in there. It costs $30 a year. That gets you your back office. It gets all the training related stuff that is in the back office, all the real-time tracking, all those things that are all tied to a very robust platform that lets you see and look and view at your business in real time. So that'd be important to understand. The commissions are all based on the sale of product. And so we have some entry packages that people can buy to get started that they can sell from, if you will. And I'm going to talk about some of those here. And I'm really going to spend time more so on the X caps and the packages that come with the fuel product. It applies to the travel product. It applies to anything that's in the store outside of what we've talked about here. It applies to the coffee. But I want to just keep this as simple as we can. We have 2 different packages that people can buy on the fuel product, and that is our silver package, which you get 25 tank trials that come in that for $199. Okay? There's commissions that come out of that. I'm going to break that down in a second. We also have our most popular package. It's called our gold package. I call it the trifecta package. It's $299, and you get a sampling of the caps, you get a sampling of the coffee, and you also get access to the travel all inside that $299 product. That is by far our most popular product, and it just makes the most sense to do that The first way that income is made is on the retail level, which Andrew's already talked about, I've talked about, but I'm going to give you a little more detail. Each of our products are sold in a 5-tank trial as far as the caps go. That 5-tank trial, the wholesale cost on that, the 20 packages that you buy in a $199 pack, all right, that comes out to about $10 per pack, and that's where the $199 comes from. And then you would retail that for $20 a pack. So you make the margin from $10 to $20. We have many people that join us. They get that silver pack, and what takes place and happens is they go out and they retail that product. They make all their money back and then the amount again, because it's $400 of retail value that is there that is being sold. People are selling these all over the place, whether their neighbors, their friends, wherever. You can use your imagination, but it's a very highly retailable. Okay. Now, when somebody buys that one of those silver or gold packages, we also have what's called a fast start bonus. So if Andrew was sponsoring me and I bought the gold package at $299, Andrew would get a fast start bonus because he personally brought me in. He'd be my enroller. What would happen is he would get $60 on the $299 pack. On the $199 pack, it's $40, just so you understand. So you can do as many of these as you want, but understand that our marketing system is in a 2-team marketing structure. And so you have a right and a left, and you have 2 first positions on your right and your left. If you have a third person you add, you're going to have to add them below. There's a lot of leverage and a lot of power in a marketing plan like this. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And so fast start bonus is the second thing. A cycle bonus. How does that work? Out of the $199 pack, I'm just going to use that as the example. There's 100 points that comes back. So there's a $40 fast start and 100 points that comes with that. So when you have a sale on your left team and your right team, whether you do that or somebody inside that left or right team does that, it adds 100 points. When you have 100 points left and right, we call it a cycle bonus, and you're paid $20 as fast as that can happen. So obviously, as your 2 teams start to grow and get bigger over time, what happens is it becomes easier and easier for a sale to take place on your left team and your right team of one of those packages, whether it's silver or gold. It could be other product that goes in there, all right? But anytime there's 100 points, it pays $20. Then the next bonus I want to share with you is called an executive check match. The executive check match is 7 generations of check match. I'm not going to get into great details on this, but I just want you to understand that when you help other people win and they get a check that you personally brought in, or that starts a line of lineage, if you will, through 7 generations. So if Andrew adds me in and then I add Brian in, Brian would be the 2nd generation. So generation 1 and 2, you get 20%. Generation 3, 4, and 5, you get 10%. Generation 6 and 7, you get 5%. What are you getting a percentage of? Of a $20 cycle. So it doesn't matter whether the people are on your left team or your right team. You can get paid all the way to infinity on your left team and right team, and there's no caps on this. Very, very powerful. This income, as your teams get large, will become the most significant check you get if you go out and build a really big team. There are some other incentives and trips and those kind of things. I'm not going to get into those details, but this is just a real high-level overview. Your friend can get you more details specifically on that. I think that I want to circle back to the product side of this, because obviously many of you are interested in the comp plan, but for me it was like, okay, are the products work? Do they work? Are they really real? Does this fuel product, does it get a result? Does the coffee product get a result? Does the travel product, is it real? Does it get a result? So here's what I want to do. I want to bring a couple of my friends on here that are involved with us. They're using some of these. They're going to share with you their story. Then I'll come back and I'll wrap everything up. But the first place I want to go is out to Florida. Ron, can you come on here real quick and unmute? Just give us a little of your background and what your experience has been so far with using some of these different product verticals.
Yes, can you hear me, Byron?
I can hear you great, Ron. Go ahead.
Awesome. So my name is Ron Conroy. I'm a native of Minnesota and now I've transferred to Florida. I'm a businessman. I've been in business for 4 years. When I saw this, I saw the potential of helping a lot of people, and man, it's really the case. So my own experience with the X-Caps, I have a 2020 3/4 ton Toyota Tundra pickup. My average miles per gallon was 14.2. Using the X-Cap, I get 17.6 miles per gallon. I have a customer in Tallahassee, Florida, who has a Jeep Wrangler V6. His average miles per gallon that he used to get was 19.8. On his 5th caplet, he got 26 miles per gallon. That's 6.2 miles per gallon increase. We did the math. That's 31 gallons of fuel that he saved, or after the $20 that he paid for the pack, he saved himself $89 on that 100 gallons. Pretty good. I also have over-the-road truckers that are using the product, the X-Caps. Tim, for instance, he's an owner-operator. His average mileage was 6.2 to 6.4, so we average of 6.3 miles per gallon. With the X-Caps, he's getting 7.87 miles per gallon. That is amazing. They say if the trucker can get a half a mile per gallon better, it's a huge savings. Well, being an owner-operator, it's a huge savings in fuel. And Tim also said he keeps his truck at 66 miles per hour with the cruise control on. And with this product and the increased power and performance of it, he doesn't have to downshift for hills. Pretty amazing. Also, Mitch is out there, and he's calculated everything using his own product. He's works for a company, and he's proved to them that he's saving them at least a mile to a mile and a half per gallon. Pretty good stuff. I'm also using the coffee and seeing some nice results with that. My face is thinner. I'm more handsome than I used to be. And I'm also using the Extreme Travel AI product. We're taking a trip to Colorado for our Catalyst event. There's 4 of us coming from here in Florida. We're going to ride together. We're renting a car, getting a premium vehicle from Enterprise for $30 a day, unlimited mileage. And we also are renting a 3-bedroom condo real close to the event center, costing us $304 per night. And that's a huge savings. So we're excited to taking the trip together, using the product, having fun, and it is fun again. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Ron, thank you very much, and I appreciate all those documentation from some of the people that you shared there, so thank you very much. I think there's many people in there wondering, does it really work? Do the products work? They absolutely do. We're solving problems for people, and this causes people to want to share it with other people. When they see their fuel mileage go up, when they save on travel, when they are having results with the coffee. Andrew says he likes to sip a little, lose a little, sip a little, lose a little. It's like, coffee is the second most consumed drink that exists on our planet. And, it's something people already are doing anyway. So pretty powerful. I got one more friend I want to bring on here. He's got some amazing things to share. His name is Keith. Keith, can you come on here? Keith, you have to do *6, please.
Byron.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, we're having a bad storm here at my house right now, so it took me a little bit to get switched over.
Oh, good, buddy. Why don't you just give us a tiny bit of your background and what you're seeing happen with some of these different products?
Okay. Well, I'm Keith Barlow. I live in Northwest Tennessee, and I live here on a little farm. And I tell you, when I got the phone call and asked me those 3 questions about the fuel tablet, man, I had to say yes. I'm always looking for a way to save money or increase power. And we use the X-Caps in everything we got, from our log splitters to our tractors and ton trucks, and that stuff just works. I mean, that ton truck, we were getting, 13.5, 14 miles a gallon. Now we're getting right at 18. So I knew it worked in that diesel truck, and so we put it in my wife's new Jeep Wagoneer, and it took about 5 tablets before we saw an increase, but she's seeing a 4 miles per gallon increase with hers. But the big story on that is on our farm, we was getting some excavation work done, and he was running a large traco, and I said, hey, man, have you seen these tablets? And he said, no, I hadn't. I said, well, if you want to save 8 to 12% on your fuel, just let's try it. And he said, okay, let's put it in there and try it. He tried it while he was doing the work, and I asked him for the results, and he said, I normally get 12 hours per tank out of that traco, and he got 16 hours per tank after we put the X caps in there. So, I mean, I was blown away. I know they have people calling me now all the time, hey, where can we get those X caps? So it was just incredible. But I know I use most companies only have one good product, and some of the rest of them really don't work. But, I mean, all three of our products work, and I think you got to be a product of the product, right? So the travel side, I travel every week with my son being in college playing baseball, and with our site, the AI travel, I'm saving anywhere. I've saved as little as $10 a night per room, and I've saved as much as $120 a night per room, just depending on what area I'm going. I'm going to be back down in Louisiana this weekend, be in Texas next weekend. So, I mean, that just works. And if you can save that kind of money for no more than it costs, it's well worth it. But the other one you wanted me to talk about that I hadn't said anything to anybody about is, man, the coffee product. I tried it. They gave us a sample, so I got to try it, and it tastes good. I like coffee, so I said, well, I'm going to get some and try it. So I started drinking it once every morning, and I noticed after a couple of weeks that I was starting to drop a few pounds, and I wasn't as hungry as I was. So that was about 65 days ago, and now I'm down 45 pounds in 65 to 70 days.
Whoa. Holy cow, that's amazing.
And the only thing that I've changed is I don't eat as much because I'm not really that hungry when it's time to eat. It's incredible. That stuff works. And the crazy thing about it is when people see me that have seen me over the last 3 or 4 months, they come to me and said, how did you do that? I said, man, I'm drinking coffee. I got to have it. I had one today. Tell me, I got to have it.
Oh, wow, Keith. Amazing, brother. Yes.
It is.
So, folks, if you're a guest on here and you're listening, here's what I want to tell you. This is not a smoke and mirrors deal. All right? There's no tricks. Our travel product, there's lots of travel products. They got all kinds of tricks in it. We don't have tricks. We just have a way to save a lot of money on air flight and hotel resorts. All right? We have a tune in on Saturday. We do an overview of what that platform is. There's no smoke and mirrors. It's real. The coffee product, it's real. It works. Here's example after example after example. There's no tricks. It's just real. The gas caps, it's just real, and they work. And you're going to find out that our company is all about authenticity and things that just actually deliver on what they say they deliver on. There's not a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Andrew mentioned that it's fun again. I was on the phone earlier today, and I was talking with a friend of mine, actually in Africa, and he said, COVID took the fun out of life. Boy, is he right on that. And the fun is gone. I'll tell you one thing that happened to me. This was right before COVID happened. I spend a lot of time in prayer and believe that it's important to have your life directed by the Holy Spirit. And I got this verse that the Holy Spirit gave to me. It said, it's Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. And I was so clear when I got it. I'm going, why are you giving this to me? Why is this? COVID's not here. All of a sudden, then we start hearing about COVID, and then the verse comes up, and other people are saying it, and all of a sudden, I recognize that this is what's about to happen. It was a prophecy. Hope was getting ready to be deferred, and it was. This is what COVID did. It took the fun away. All right? But the answer, the solution, is how to play offense in life, all right, which is a dream fulfilled is the tree of life, which means focus on your dreams. See, I think the number one thing that happened with COVID is it stole people's dreams or attempted to steal people's dreams. It beat them down. It took hope away. They see their bills going up. There's no way to combat it, and there's all these things. And what takes place and happens is it's time to play offense. And I just feel so blessed that this company actually came my direction. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. I live in Kansas out in the country. I have a ranch. And as it came along, I saw all these pieces they had in place. But most importantly, what I saw was something that wasn't a bunch of smoke and mirrors. It was simple. It was fast. They had products that were going to absolutely work. We have a support system and a marketing system that absolutely works. And we can bring back a dream fulfilled is the tree of life to people. We absolutely can do it. We're watching that happen. And people they're saying over and over, holy cow, it's fun again. It's fun again. It's fun again. It's fun again. I will just challenge each of you. If you'd like to play offense in life and you'd like to have fun again and you'd like to be part of a community of people that are going somewhere, that encourage each other, that have real legit products, that people are retailing and selling and people that are buying and consuming, you found it. What you're going to have to decide, though, is if you're willing to pull the trigger, or are you going to allow what's happened in the past to keep you from moving forward in the future? See, as an entrepreneur, I've watched over and over and over people, their hesitation. And see, hesitation is the assassination of your dreams. Hesitation is what the evil one likes to use. Hesitation, well, I just need to wait. I'm just going to think about it. I'm going to spend a lot of time. Let me just tell you something that I learned a long time ago as a very young entrepreneur, and I had a mentor of mine that was very, very successful. And he said, I want to share something with you because I watched this guy make decisions so quickly on lots of things. One day I'm riding in his car with him. I asked him, I said, we literally had pulled in a place to buy or look at a car, and he bought a pickup in 10 minutes. He said, I don't know, they had the color I wanted. It looked nice. He said, I just wrote him a check, and we left. He said, I'll come back and get it later. We leave there, I'm going like, holy cow, you made that decision fast. Because I was used to thinking about stuff like that. He said, look, here's what I figured out, and here's what I learned, is successful people make decisions quickly and change their mind slowly. Unsuccessful people hesitate, take a long, long time to make a decision, and then they change their mind quickly, just the opposite. Now, I'm not telling anybody on here to make a choice or a decision on anything that you don't feel that is right for your family, all right? But what I do know is we're talking about a few $100s for you that you could bring into your life with some positive people that could help you play offense if you want, could create some revenue and income for you, or at the very least could just save you some money on fuel. Or maybe you could sip a little and lose a little, or if you travel on here, we could solve some of those problems, and you never have to develop or build anything. Just come on as a customer. But here's what I do know. You ought to make a decision. A yes is good, a no is good. The person that puts you on here. So either text them yes or text them no. And yes could be, I just want to buy the product. I just want to try it out. A yes could be, how do I plug in? I want to play offense in my life. I'm sick and tired of not being able to play offense. A no is just doesn't fit for me. Fantastic. Let them know that. So with that, we do these calls on a regular basis. We got some very powerful things happening. I think you figured out that timing is a real thing. We have a product with the fuel product. The timing is phenomenal in the marketplace. We have people in our world right now that are hungry and looking, and they're sick and tired, all right, of the fun being taken away, and they're ready to play offense. We have markets and countries that are opening around the world. We have a business that's new and fresh that everybody doesn't know about, that's getting ready for everybody to know about it. And we'd love to work with you and have you a part of this. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Blessings to each of you. Thank you for tuning in. We do this on Mondays and Thursdays. You can literally invite somebody, and some speaker will be on here that will walk through the information. So with that, I'll sign off. God bless. Have an amazing Mother's Day weekend.